Here's funny.
Welcome to my nightmare.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Let me play with this, Daddy.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fear Freaks podcast. This is episode 1. My name's Braden.
And I'm Destiny.
And we are the Fear Freaks. We're super excited to be here tonight, guys. Again, this is the premiere episode. Destiny and I kind of got the shivers a little bit, right, Destiny? How you feeling?
Nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous about. So it's funny because Destiny and I have actually done a few different shows this year. This year I've known about Destiny, but then I was on House of the Living Dead, with her, Chad, and Chris. And then, we kind of developed a friendship, as you will, throughout the year. Your face, I'm not liking your face right now.
Sorry. Just thinking about that first time.
Oh yeah, she definitely wanted to kick my ass a little bit. Because it's because I was giving you shit for the kill count, though.
No, it started off that you're rude about my video that was hilarious.
Oh God! Are you talking about that flute player that plays the?
Yes.
Yeah, that's absolutely atrocious. I was getting ready, and that's all I heard was the flute player. It was absolutely horrible. I don't know how you listen to that. Maybe if we do a stream around Destiny's birthday, I will play that for her, and you guys will get a sense as to just how bad it is. But it's honestly absolutely horrible. So be ready to, exit the stream. But either way, guys, we're really excited to be here. And when it comes down to ways that we wanted to structure the show, we both agreed that going live is probably the best way to go about this first, because, we like to connect with people, and this allows you guys to watch along as we're giving commentary, and we can read your guys' live comments and everything. And I just think that's a lot of fun, right? That's kind of what we both agreed on. It's so much more fun than just us doing it and sitting down, pre-recording an episode. Then I have to edit the episode and, then release it. It's not fun. I think things happen live a lot, or it's more fun when things happen live. So that's how the show is pretty much going to be structured, but we're going to get into that later on. We'll talk a little bit about our horror history today. We're going to talk a little bit about the future of the show, how it's going to be structured. So you guys leave this episode and you guys are familiar with us and why we decided to start this, why we love horror, why it means so much, and why we love the community so much, and everything. And then we'll close it out, and then we'll see you guys next week. And we'll go through at the end with what we're going to be discussing next week as well. So to kind of kickstart the show, Destiny, we have a couple highlights, right, that we want to discuss that came out this week. And the first is Nicolas Cage being cast as Dracula in the upcoming movie. It's based off of Dracula's henchman, right? So it's what's it called? Renfield, which is and Nick Cage is Dracula. I know, aren't you a big Nick Cage fan?
In more recent years, I want to say yes. Growing up, I was never I have to watch this because it has Nick Cage, But, I really loved Mandy. I loved Willy's Wonderland. I haven't seen Prisoners of the Ghostland yet, but it's on my watch list. And Color Out of Space. I haven't seen that either. But the ones I have seen him in, he brings a lot to a movie, even in Willy's Wonderland. He doesn't say a word, but I absolutely love him in that movie. So I'm very excited for this. I think he's pretty awesome.
I definitely like Nick Cage. I honestly don't know. I think the closest actually before Willy's Wonderland that I had ever seen him in horror, because I haven't seen Mandy. I haven't seen that. So the closest that I had seen to horror was Ghost Rider, which is a Marvel movie back in 2005. When he was Ghost Rider, which I love. I know that Ghost Rider kind of gets a lot of hate now, or at least the sequel does. I I was a big fan of him as the Ghost Rider, but that was just me. And then I saw him in Willy's Wonderland, and I had a lot of fun with that movie earlier this year. I thought that it was interesting. I did not know that he wasn't going to say anything, so that was kind of like, I'm like, is this guy is he gonna talk at all, or is this just gonna be how the movie is? He didn't say a damn word the entire thing. He just whooped those like freaking animatronics ass, and that was it. Like, and it was just hilarious to kind of see him in that sort of role. So I'm definitely curious to see what he's going to do as Dracula. I think that could actually be really interesting. And let me pull this up real quick. It says that Nicholas Hoult, so Warm Bodies and Mad Max Fury Road, is on board to star as Renfield. So have you seen Warm Bodies, Destiny?
I have not. It's on my watch list, and I've heard great things about it though. So I need to get on that really.
Yeah, Warm Body. So it's like it's weird because it's like a love story of like this girl like falling in love like with a zombie, and then this zombie's like way of like becoming human again. I thought the guy that they have playing Renfield is honestly, he's a really good actor, and I was a big fan of him in Mad Max Fury Road as well. So I think that he's a really good casting choice as well. But it'll also be interesting. Obviously, when that article came out, the only thing I can see is or think about is Nick Cage as Dracula. So that was definitely something. Moving into the next one, Jordan Peele's Nope has finished filming. And you said that you're a Jordan Peele fan, right? You said that you've seen Get Out and Us.
Yes, I love both of those. I thought they were both great. I think Get Out was better from like with the themes and everything. I do think Us though, for me, was creepier, you know. But I think Get Out is fantastic.
I agree. I definitely think I liked Us. I think Us, like upon subsequent rewatches, I
Mhm.
have a few more questions about like certain things, like as I like, watch it. Because like obviously like the tethered is like underneath the sewers, and it's like there's like duplicates of everybody, and it's I don't know. It's like the more you watch it, the more you're just kind of like, and nobody
Uh-huh.
ever knew about this, But again, I also understand that it's a movie, so like not everything needs to be real or explained. But as an audience, from an audience perspective, I understand why people would like it to make logical sense. But I do really like how Us particularly goes like the whole it feels like a home invasion movie, and then it feels like a zombie movie, and then there's just a lot of different like themes of horror embedded within the film, which is what I really like. So again, I don't hate Us at all. I love it a lot. But I definitely think that Get Out is his better movie. And what do you think? Okay, what do you think Nope is going to be about? Because like you were the one that was like before we got on here, you were kind of like explaining like the poster look, right? Like it's got like the blue cloud, and then it's got like the little circus flags like coming out of the cloud. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think? Like that, because plot details are really unknown right now. So,
Dude, I have no fucking clue. The only thing that I can honestly think of right now is from Scooby Doo, like the original cartoon. Do you remember that episode at the carnival with like the robot man
yeah,
chasing
yeah.
after him? That's all I can think about. Do I think it's gonna be that? Probably not. But like that's the only thing I can think about whenever I think about the carnival setting is Scooby Doo.
Right, and it's like when you look at the poster, it's like you just see mountains, you see this cloud, you see the tail end of the flags like coming out, and then you just see a carnival like within the mountains. So I'm just kind of like, I love the poster. That first poster that they released, it definitely has me interested just based off the poster and the fact that this is, I believe, the third film. Yeah, I know that this is Jordan Peele's third film, but I think this is the third of like 5 that he's doing like with Blumhouse or something like that. So it's like because I know he struck a deal. It was either right after Get Out, or it was like shortly before Get Out was released, where I think he was like going to be doing like 4 or 5 films with Blumhouse. So, that I think that this partnership is definitely going really strong. I also like the way it seems like Blumhouse dicks every form of marketing for a movie except Jordan Peele films. Like, I've actually thought that the marketing was quite good for a majority of the Jordan Peele films, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, so who's behind the marketing for them? Can they jump aboard, like other films?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Halloween ends if we don't, I'm not saying they gave everything away in the trailer, but they gave like once you actually see the movie, it's like, oh, they almost kind of did. So
Oh,
maybe they'll take some notes or
you mean
something.
for Halloween Kills?
Yeah, I was saying for Halloween ends, hopefully, they they're like, huh, that does work, if we don't fucking put it all out there.
Yeah, one can only freaking hope that they've learned, but I honestly, something tells me that they're not going to.
No.
So, um, it is what it is. But then the last quick update that we've got comes to, I think this is mine and Destiny's second favorite horror. This might be. Is this your first horror? Is this like your first favorite, or is
Yes. Not even
it?
just horror movie. My all-time favorite movie.
Okay,
Period.
so all-time favorite movie. We got some Scream news, everybody. And it is that Scream 2022, which comes out in about a month and like 12 days. We're getting so close. So what is that? Like 30, or 42 days or something like that to go until Scream comes. My math might be a little off, but Scream, I'm going to pull this up. Scream is rated R, everybody, for strong, bloody violence, language throughout, and some sexual references. And this comes right from their page. I just took a screenshot. I actually kind of like the bloody knife under that as well. I thought that was kind of funny. Strong, bloody violence. It's what we love, right? But I'm not going to lie. I think that like reading some of the early stuff for Scream, like there was like a test screening that like occurred like over the summer. And apparently he's fucking disgusting in this movie, which I'm just like, I'm like, yes. Apparently he ditches the knife a few times and has some fun. So I'm like, thank God, man. Like,
Yeah.
give us some good Ghostface stuff. That's all I ask. And I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna talk too much about this here because we do have a Scream stream coming up, probably the week that Scream comes out. We'll talk about the franchise as a whole, and then we'll have a spoiler review. For those of you that have wondered if I've seen the trailer, I've gotten a couple messages from people asking if I have because I didn't give my thoughts on it. I have, and I'm just asking that you guys wait a little bit longer for that. I promise you that we will get our thoughts out. Destiny and I have both seen the trailer. We both really like the trailer. And that's all I'm going to say about it for now, because I'm sure that I will have a lot to say, once we get into Scream's like something I want to dedicate an entire episode to, because there's so much that you can discuss like within the Scream franchise. So, but yeah, Scream is rated R. Nothing really new. We anticipated it to be rated R because nobody thought it was going to be PG-13 after the freaking 4 movies were rated R. So, but yeah, so Destiny, that's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Yes. I
Or
love it so much.
favorite movie of all time. Favorite movie
Yes.
ever. So, okay, that's something that I didn't know. Speaking of stuff I didn't know, the next topic that we're getting into tonight is there anything else that you guys or that you wanted to cover? Is there any horror news that maybe I missed that you knew about this week that you want to cover, or you ready to rock and roll with our history of horror?
I'm ready. I think that was really it that I've seen, at least.
All righty, sweet. So moving into the next topic tonight, guys, Destiny and I are going to explain our horror history to you guys. So this will give you guys a chance to kind of understand where we come from, why we love horror movies. This is actually going to be, I think, new for both of us. I don't think that either of us really have explained to each other like what our entire history of horror is and why we love it so much. So this is actually going to be a lot of fun. So Destiny, I'm actually going to have you, because I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. I'm going to have you go first, and you could explain your history of horror, why you love it so much, and why it means so much to you. So,
Okay. Well, It started out whenever I was super young. I was probably like 3 years old whenever I first started watching horror movies, and it's mainly because my mom, she had me at a very, very young age, 14. Um, and so
Wow.
my aunts would watch me a lot, and they were younger than my mom. So, I was always around people that were like 10, 11 years older than me, and they would watch me. And so my Aunt Misty, she watched me a lot, and she would let me watch whatever's on TV, whatever she was watching. I was just allowed to watch whatever I wanted to. So I just started watching horror movies. I can't even remember my first horror movie experience, and I wish I could. But I think it was probably like Child's Play or something, maybe even Anaconda. One of those. I don't
Anaconda.
know. Anaconda.
Wow.
I remember a vivid memory with my other aunt, and we were gonna watch Anaconda. So I was like, oh, maybe it was Anaconda, but I don't think it was. But I don't know. But I was allowed to watch whatever I wanted, and then I was always into like I love Scooby Doo growing up. It was one of my favorite shows was Scooby Doo. Where are you? I love Scooby Doo so much, and I watched like Courage the Cowardly Dog and even like the Powerpuff Girls. So stuff that kind of veered into more like the horror side, but like horror for kids. So I was always into that, and then I was also watching horror movies at the same time. And then also my dad, he was a huge horror fan. Anytime, and so was my stepmom. So anytime I would go to my dad's house, we would always watch horror movies together. Like one that we always watched together was Urban Legends Bloody Mary. If you've ever
Okay.
seen that movie,
Okay.
it's not good. I don't know why we always watch that. I had ordered it like a year ago because I was like, I want to see if it's actually good. No, it's not good. But we watched that one like every time I went over there. And also, my dad was a huge Halloween fan. He loved the entire franchise. And so I was always watching it with him. So I ended up loving the Halloween franchise. I would watch the whole marathon on AMC Fear Fest. I was like, my favorite time of the year. So I can like record it on my TV. But I I grew up watching it all the time. It wasn't until more recently, like a year and a half ago, maybe closer to 2 years, that I actually like found the horror community. For some reason, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know people went to conventions or people had YouTube channels until I found like Dead Meat one day, and that kind of led me into like this whole new world. I was like, oh my god, that this is so crazy. So I found Drum Dums and I joined Killer Flicks, and that's really what led me here because I met all my YouTube friends. But I've always
Yeah,
grown up
that's what I
watching
was
it.
gonna say. Like, because you and I think, met in Killer Flicks too. So it's like
Yeah,
it's unreal, like what the horror community is. It really is, because it's like you talk to so many people, like you and like everyone else who covers horror on YouTube, and even the creators, which there's a lot of creators from like iconic horror films that are also in these groups that you're a part of, and it's like it's so cool to see them talking about the community and just being amazing people. And like it's for I always say it, for a genre that is so dark and disturbing and bloody, and it's everybody within it are just like the nicest people in the entire world. So it's all fake, nothing's like ever really happening. It's just people that have twisted ideas that are able to really showcase it on screen. So I definitely feel you on that. But sorry to interrupt you. I just had to
no, you're
highlight that.
totally right. I I've even told Lee Drum Dums, the creator of Killer Flicks, I was like, really, you might not take credit for it, but like I'm giving you credit. Like because of you, this is where I am today, and this has helped me so much. Not even just, it gives me something to do. I would come home and just lay on the couch until I like went to bed. It's like this gives me something to do, but this has also helped me so much with like my mental health. 2 years ago, I was a fucking train wreck, and I feel like today I'm less of a train wreck. I actually feel a lot happier now that I have this and I can put energy into something, and it's like it feels rewarding. I love doing stuff like this. It's a lot of fun, and who I never thought, like, growing up, I loved watching horror movies. I watched so many, but I never thought one day I could, sit here and like talk about it with friends, because none of my friends were ever really into horror. One time I told one of my best friends, we weren't best friends at the time, fourth grade. I swear she looked just like Daniel Harris, okay, in Halloween 4 and 5. And one time I was like, you look so much like the girl from Halloween. She's like, oh, I've never seen it. I was like, oh, it's like y'all have like the same like round head and brown hair and y'all had a gap in your teeth. She got mad at me and I was like, that was a compliment. Why are you so mad? I wish I looked like her. But I was like, but if I told someone from this stuff, like, oh my God, you look so much like Danielle Harris, I'd be like, thank you so much. It was just like, I found my people,
Yeah.
and a lot of y'all have become like my best friends. And I talk to y'all more than I talk to people, I went to school with, or my actual like best friends in real life. I talk to y'all way more often. So
Everyone taking note at that. At about 21:25 on the first episode of Fear Freaks, Destiny has said that I have become one of her best friends. So everyone take note. She was giving me some shit in the beginning. She's like, I'm just questioning that friend thing. But nope, guess what? Look at that. About 20 minutes later, she's like, he's one of my best friends. Like, like
Sorry. Once I start talking, I can't shut up, I just can't stop. And then I'm saying lies. No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
She's
No.
saying lies. Okay, it was a lie. Sorry.
It was all a lie.
No, what do you call it? But I will also say, for anybody who doesn't know, Destiny does have an awesome Instagram. Beauty of her Instagram is much better than mine, so please go give her a follow. She does outstanding makeup effects, and I'm trying as hard as I can to push her to get into doing this, because I mean she honestly is talented. If you guys go look at her shit, there's no way you can tell me otherwise that she's not talented. Please go look at it's literally Beauty of the Living Dead. I have it. I have both of our Instagrams in the description of this, so please go check it out. Give her a follow before you give me a follow, because I just post normal shit. So
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. So but yeah, that's a really great history, and that's a really great explanation as to why you decided to join the horror community and everything. And I will say that you also said that got to give Lee McCoy credit, because I mean the man is outstanding. He's a great individual too, man. I've had like quite a few conversations with Lee. I'd actually love to get him on a podcast episode. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm sure we could have like a 2-hour episode in itself talking to him about certain things. So but yeah, Lee is definitely awesome. If you guys aren't familiar with Drum Dums, how the hell are you guys not? He's outstanding. Go please check him out and give him a sub. I think he's almost at 50K. So, I think he's rising for the push. Is he over 50K? Am I wrong on that?
I think he might have already hit it, because I feel like, I think so. If not, he's right there. But I feel like he has.
I'm looking right now. I need
Look
to
right
know.
now.
I am. I'm looking this up. He's at 47.4K. So he's getting super close, guys. So, go help out Lee. He's an outstanding guy. If you guys like movies in general, his channel definitely has like switched from pretty much horror. Now he does like a lot of he does a mix of everything. So but he does a lot of horror as well. Definitely go check out Drum Dums. He is absolutely amazing. We do have somebody, 5-Star Media actually says, Destiny, do you upload any videos?
Not yet, but my 2022 goal is to finally do it, because I've been saying I was going to do it for about a long ass time now. And I'm just going to do it.
Did you just like check your invisible watch?
I checked my watch. That's not fair.
You're like, it's time to. I think now that she's actually had the opportunity to go on to channels, like she is one of the hosts of the channel House of the Living Dead as well. Which, speaking of which, Chris Snyder, how's it going, man? Great to see you in here. What do you call it? I think that now that you've been like on camera more, I think that you're ready to kind of go out there and be like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is like what I'm doing. So but yeah, are you gonna do like makeup stuff? Is that kind of like what your hopes are? Like honestly, I think you'd be I mean, I think that it'd be awesome for you to do like makeup tutorials and everything like that for how you do it. I would probably sit down and watch it all the way through because like normally you do like the ending phase, like you'll like post like just the end.
Yeah.
But like I honestly am so curious to see like because I see TikToks of like girls like putting on like their horror makeup. I've seen
Uh-huh.
a few girls do the full on Pennywise thing from It, and I'm just like, how long does that actually take? Like,
Oh my god.
because
Yeah.
man,
I think what I want to do, so I've mentioned Bailey Sarian to you before, and somehow you didn't know who she was.
I didn't. I honestly didn't. I still honestly don't. I looked her up, and I did
You
just
need to.
kind of
You
like,
need to. Well, she does a thing called Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays, where she does makeup while talking about a true crime case. I don't want to do that because first of all, I don't want to copy her.
mhm.
Also, she's literally the best at what she does, so that's her. But I thought it would be fun to do something like maybe like movie reviews, and while I'm kind of talking about it, I'm doing makeup inspired by whatever movie I'm talking about. So it gives me something to do and then something to talk about while I'm doing makeup, because whenever I
Mhm.
do makeup, I don't talk to people. I'm sitting there just doing it. So I thought something like that, but I don't want to just do that because like you said, it takes a long time. It really does. Um like up to 3.5 hours to do stuff. And I don't want to do that anytime I want to do a video. So I thought
Yeah.
about like doing that and then doing like top tens because I love list videos. Those are like some of my favorites to watch. Just a mixture of everything. But horror, I probably won't discuss really anything else besides that, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, fun fact, guys. So like this is just a complete side note from horror. Destiny is about to start the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so like don't give that look. You're excited. You want to you're gonna watch. I mean, her and I are gonna be going through that entire thing together. Like she's never seen any of the, or you've seen a couple, like like
I've seen Ant-Man.
she's seen Ant-Man. Okay, so never seen any other Marvel movie though. We're about to watch the entire MCU, and she's gonna thank me when it's all done. I know that there's a few people that watch, my channel, which definitely is more of a horror channel. But in videos, I do highlight, like on BAT Lives, I'll like, mention like Marvel or how things might connect or whatever. But yeah, so maybe she'll have that to talk about while she does horror makeup, as well.
Maybe. Don't hold your breath though.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, anything else that you want to talk about for your history of how this came to be, how you kind of formed. I mean, look at that freaking backdrop that you got. Like, it's like it's everything. Like, I see Friday the 13th, Trick or Treat. I see Scream. I definitely see Scream. I see like,
Oh, you
your
see a
VHS
lot of
collection.
Scream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Halloween, all that.
Halloween.
So
Yeah. No, I mean it will always have a special place in my heart. There's a lot of movies I tie to certain memories. Showing my friends certain movies for the first time, like I said, watching them with my family growing up, and my dad, he's passed away now, and so I like to watch his favorite movies. He loved
mhm.
Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I know a lot of people hate that one, but I love it. So anytime I watch it, it makes me feel happy because it makes me think of him and like watching that for the first time with him. So it'll always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what kind of keeps that whole spirit of like, you remember and everything like that, right? Like it kind of keeps all that alive. It just remember,
Yeah.
like, you remember the little moments that you felt like, when you saw it for the first time, and then those special moments and everything. So yeah, I totally understand that. It's funny because I went to go did you guys see it in the theater or no? Did you watch it at home?
No, no, we watched it at home.
Okay. My dad took me and one of my good friends to go see Rob. So I'm never gonna forget that night. It was a Friday night, 2007, August 31st. Football season was just getting underway, so we went to go watch a high school football game at our local high school, and like it was like a big night. It was like the opening game of the season or something. And then literally like we went to like the 10:30 p.m. show because the game was at 7. So we watched the whole game. Then we went to the 10:30 p.m. show, and like my dad thought that this Halloween was going to just be like, because like the original Halloween's not that violent, right? My dad's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like I can watch, like I can take them to go see this or whatever. And within like the first like 5 minutes of the film, my dad was honestly hesitant to take us out of the theater, because we were in 6th grade, so like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but he didn't, like, he let us sit down and he let us watch it. My dad was always the one, like, when he and even now he's freaking an asshole, like he'll like mid movie, like even if we go see a big horror movie in the theater, like he'll like just scream, like it'll be like it'll be a silent moment,
No.
and he'll just scream and get everybody like the jolt or whatever. It's really, so he did that. It was like a moment in how, I forgot what moment it was, but he did that. I just remember it was a sold out show, and I just remember everybody like jumped, and like I saw some dude's popcorn like flying there. So it was awesome. But yeah, like, so it's funny because my dad, he was hesitant to take us out, but then he liked all the Myers stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, like it's because it's Rob Zombie, so it is
Exactly.
interesting. So I do remember my first experience seeing that. And then I took a girl to see Halloween 2 in 2009, and I regretted buying that ticket. Or well,
What?
because I wasn't old enough yet. My dad had to buy us the tickets, and I just remember watching it in disgust, like throughout, because like I was just like, again, I thought that it was going to be more settle. I was with a girl, and I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think I talked to her again after she left, because like she's like, I imagine that's like one of those stories that she tells nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
I remember what movie are we watching? Oh, I remember I went with a guy to see this, and I just never talked to him again after leaving that theater, because it's definitely not for everybody. That movie is nowhere near for everybody. So yeah.
No.
But okay, like that's like a little bit about, like, middle of like my history with horror. But I mean, it's like moments like that I really enjoyed. Like my full history, I think, stretches all the way back to like I was in like 2nd grade. Like I think I watched Friday the 13th Part 2 for the very first time. That was the first horror movie I ever watched, was Friday the 13th Part 2. So if you asked me when I was in 2nd grade, or if Ghostface called me and asked me who the killer is in Friday the 13th, I would have said Jason, and I would have been axed. So
You've been killed.
yeah, I would have been done. Like, little did I know it was Jason's mother, Mrs. Voorhees, right? So, because like, I thought like Jason is like the highlight of Friday the 13th, though, right? Like, I mean, I think so many times people do, if you're not like a diehard horror fan, people do forget that, Mrs. Voorhees is the original killer. Like, you think of Jason.
Yeah.
So like I was a huge Jason fanatic. That's why I love Sackhead Jason so much, because he was literally like the first horror icon I ever came across, and that was when he was in the Sack mask. So I love Sackhead Jason a lot. And then my dad was like, Braden, if you like this, there's a movie on, like, it was October, and that was like when I started getting like really into it. And he was like, Braden, if you like this, there's a movie on Tuesday night. It's Halloween. I think you're really gonna like it. And I was like, okay. Like, so he let me watch it because it was like on AMC Fear Fest. They cut out like, all of the bad shit. We missed Halloween, but my dad was like, just watch Halloween. So I watched the sequels before I watched the original. And it's because I was doing my homework. So my dad was like, okay, Halloween's on later on this week, but watch Halloween 2 and tell me if you like it. So we watched it. Like, we were watching it all the way through. And like, I couldn't sleep that night. Like, and my mom was like, Tony, what did you do to him? Like, and like, he was like, I just showed him Halloween. She goes, Halloween. Like, so, but Jason didn't do that to me. So I was so confused. Like, I'm like, why didn't Jason do that to me? But, and then it hit me. I was just terrified of Michael Myers. Like, like you just like hear the breathing. Like, there's just something about Michael that scared the bejesus out of me, and I couldn't go to bed at night. So, that is like, but I also really liked it. Like, I was actually looking forward. It's not like I was like that kid, like, to like where I was like, oh, I watched something and I was always excited to go home and like for the rest of the week, because like my dad was like, this was like me getting into it, like,
Uh-huh.
So like he was like, "Hey, do you still want to watch Halloween night?" I didn't have any homework going on. I was like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Of course." So we watched the original Halloween, and oh my god, I had nightmares again that night, even worse than I did the night before, because Halloween 1978 had more of like the mysterious breathing, and yeah, Halloween 2 does a good job at it, but just the original, like the last like 20 seconds of the movie is you just hear Michael's breaths like over the screen as it's like showing everywhere that he's been. And like I think that I remember like that entire Halloween season, I would always go to the curtains and I'd like flip it and just like see if I could see like anybody like standing under the street lights or some shit. Like I definitely think that that's what really got me involved with Halloween. And then next year Freddy versus Jason came out. I was really big with that as well. What do you call it? I actually talked about that a lot at school. And I got in trouble a couple times. I'm pretty sure a few of my classmates thought I was going to grow up and be like a psycho because
Probably.
I mean that I think that anybody who's into horror when you're like 8 years old, I think they're like, you got a few screws loose, buddy. Is everything okay
Yeah.
at home? Like, I'm like, guys, these are just movies. And like, obviously their parents didn't let them watch it. So, my parents got a couple of phone calls about me talking to other people about horror movies. I talked about Evil Dead a couple times. And yeah, like it was just stuff like that that really got me into it. So I knew I liked it, and then like kind of growing up, like it was after that original time that I was afraid of Michael, that I wasn't like, I found Freddy to be hilarious. Chucky, I just kind of was like, I'll just fucking kick him if he ever came running at me.
Exactly.
Like, but like for some reason, Michael just really messed me up. And then I saw Scream for the first time. I think I was in like 5th grade when I saw Scream for the first time. And oh my God, like that was one of those movies where I saw and I wanted to show it and share it with as many people that maybe hadn't seen it. And I was like, guys, like, and I always like, I love, if there's a movie that I love seeing people's reactions to for the first time, it's Scream. Because like, I mean, Halloween, it's a slow movie. It really is. Like watching it every year now, nothing really happens until the end, but it's like, you like the characters that's throughout it. Again, if you're a big horror fan, but like, just Scream, man, it's a wild ride from the beginning to the freaking very end, because it's like you're trying to figure out who did it. And I mean, that's like my mom's all-time favorite horror movie is Scream. She loves it. And she's not a big horror fan by any stretch of the imagination, but she'll sit down and she'll watch every Scream movie, because it's like Scream, again, it just has like the mystery behind it, and it's got satirical moments. It's kind of like a love letter to every horror film that like came before it, in a way. And oh my God, it's like, when did you see Scream for the first time? Do you remember?
I don't know. I do not know, and it hurts me that I don't know, because I wish I could remember not knowing who the killers were. Because I hate to say like, but it literally feels like I was born and I just knew. Because I cannot remember a time in my life to where I didn't know. And that's why, like, whenever I watched Scream 4 for the first time, that was like the first one that I didn't know. I was watching it and I didn't go to the theaters, but I rented it on like DirecTV,
Okay.
So I remember watching it and I actually being surprised and like trying to figure out who the killer is, because it's like before that with the other 3 movies, I feel like I knew, and I can't remember a time that I didn't know, and it sucks.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, like, well, now it's one of those movies where, again, you just kind of want to share it with everybody, right? Like, I mean, it's your favorite horror, it's your favorite movie ever, right? So it's like, normally when you like have a favorite thing or favorite something, you want to share it, again, with as many people as you can. And again, it's just a fun movie too. I have a group of my college friends that they're not horror fans at all, and every time like around October, I'm like, guys, well, we have to watch something scary or something horror related. So a couple years ago, I think this was 2019, right before the pandemic, we went to a haunted house and or a haunted corn maze, and we went back to my house, and I was like, okay, what do you guys want to watch? It has to be scary. It's October. We can't watch anything, we're not watching anything funny. It's got to be something. And I was like, have you guys ever seen Scream? And they all said no. And I was like, oh, I know exactly what we're watching. And every person that was over fucking loved it.
Yep.
And I told them that they were going to like it too. I was like, if you guys can get over the blood and the guts, because there's plenty of that in this movie, then I promise you guys are really going to enjoy the, mystery behind it. Because like my one buddy is big into mysteries and everything. I'm like, dude, this has like it has the mystery element that you like. Oh, you like some sort of comedy? There's a little bit of comedy in there. Ghostface is a klutz, so it's like it's fun watching him, kind of fuck up every now and then. But yeah, like I mean, I don't think I've met one person. I can't think of one person that I've met that doesn't like Scream. You know a person?
I do.
What?
I know a couple of people. Yeah.
Oh
I do.
my gosh! How do you?
I'm calling them out here.
No, don't call him out on here. But I mean,
Frank
okay.
Riker.
Oh, okay.
But he likes to dwell in it. He likes to stir some shit because he doesn't like it.
Frank is the guy on the Slaughtered Lamb, right?
Yes, with Darren.
Slaughtered Lamb.
Yeah.
Guys,
yes.
go give the Slaughtered Lamb podcast some love, man. They actually have been covering Friday the 13th, I think, for the most part. So if you guys are big Friday fans, I've seen that they do a segment called The Worst and the Best of Friday the 13th. So definitely go show them some love. I didn't get a chance to listen to their Scream episode. I didn't know. Now I might have to go back and listen to what Frank has to say about it.
I can honestly say that he surprised me. I was expecting him to rip this movie to shreds, and like literally on their post, I commented saying I'm nervous because I was like, oh man, Frank hates this movie. I'm still gonna listen, but I know he's gonna hate it, and he really wasn't that bad. And I was like, you know what, respect. I was expecting a lot worse, and I was like, he found some good moments, some characters he liked. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, But yes, the best and worst of, they've done Halloween, they've done Friday 13th, they've done the first Scream, and they've done some like one-offs here and there, like American Werewolf in London. I love that. I listen to it all the time at work because they're not long episodes. They're like 30 minutes, They just fly right by. I love that whole little thing that they do. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, and the Slaughtered Lamb, they're a newer podcast too. So definitely go and show those guys some love because they work hard, man. It's honestly not hard. It's not hard to put together a podcast, guys. It's not easy to put together an entire podcast. I mean, Destiny and I think like about a month ago we kind of decided that we were gonna do this, like, or 3 weeks ago or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like literally over the course of these last 3 weeks, it was designing a logo, it was designing this, it was designing that, it was designing how we wanted to kind of structure the show and everything. Like there's a lot of like you can't just like jump on and be like, okay, yep, we're gonna talk, because then there's no structure. But yeah, like it's very hard, and those guys do a great job with their best and worst segment. I know Dave McRae has been a guest on there. I had a chance to meet them on Matt Fauci's channel actually in October, in early October, and they were awesome individuals, and that was also my first time with Dave McRae talking with him, and he was another outstanding guy. So lots of like, honestly, like, and another thing with horror, like that's kind of what I want to talk about next is for the longest time, like my dad told me that I should start a YouTube channel. He was like, you should, do something, but you got to get on it early. And I just slacked and slacked and slacked and slacked. Like, I mean, like, no, but I mean, Destiny, that's why I tell you, like anytime that like we're like texting or something, I'm like, dude, fucking like do this, dang it. Like, but what do you call it? Like, because I remember how it is, it's like, I wish I would have started this channel back when I was like, when I was younger, like when I was like, I think when I was in 6th grade, like around the time Halloween came out, like my parents knew I loved movies. Like I would buy everything on DVD. Like, I would like have all these like collections, and it was just in college when I realized like, okay, I'm old enough now, and I still act like a child enough to like where I could come on and do stuff. You guys want to see a childlike reaction, go and look at my Halloween 2018 trailer reaction. that was the first video I did on my channel, like my first big video, that I did on my channel. I had done some other things, which I did take down. I wish I would have kept all my videos up, but I've taken some downs because, yeah, like just what this community has done ever since I did the Halloween 2018 trailer reaction. That was like the first big video I did. That's what got me into talking about Halloween on this channel, which is the biggest topic on my channel, no doubt. But I love talking about horror movies, and I love talking about movies, period. So, I'm always happy. Like I have a history with just film in general. I love horror films, but I also, I'm excited to go on to other people's channel and talk about stuff that is outside of horror. Like I love the MCU. You see BB-8 right there. He's got his little Christmas hat. Like I'm a big Star Wars fan. So, but when it comes to horror, it's what the community has, like, especially what the Halloween franchise has done for me, for my channel. I mean, I love it so much. I love the idea of sitting down and just like kind of getting chills and, all that stuff. Like it's just kind of what makes it fun. My favorite theater experience is Destiny. Have you seen the Conjuring movies in the theater?
No, I'm not.
No. Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh man, like the first two Conjuring movies, easily some of the most memorable horror theater experiences ever. Like I went with a group of my friends, and like two of them were like literally like holding each other like the entire movie. And it's so fun, like when you're able to go and kind of experience that. And there are two movies that I say is the best to experience in the theater, and it's comedies and horror films. Because comedies, it's just the laughing along with everybody. Horror movies, it's like watching everybody else, freak out. But yeah, man, this community is a community of outstanding people. I've met some of, I'd honestly say, my best friends, just through like being on their channels and kind of continuing conversations, like, the House of the Living Dead peeps, Chad and Destiny and Chris, and the guys over at Good Real, Brad and Brett. Who else, man? I mean, there are so many people that I've had an opportunity to meet. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. There are just a lot of you, man, and I'm thankful for every single one of you that, I've had a chance to meet and talk to. So, yeah, that's my history. It's a pretty long one. I'm sorry for rambling on, but once I talk like you, Destiny, I talk. So
Yeah, shut up.
yeah, right.
Cares.
So yeah, guys, that's a little bit about us. I hope that kind of gives you guys an insight as to who you're going to be dealing with on this show from week to week. I will say we are going to try our best to hit an episode every single week. That is the goal, is to hit one every week. So, that's like kind of, it's a little early yet, I'd say, for a New Year's resolution, but you know what? We're going to make that a New Year's resolution, a podcast episode each week for all of 2022. That means by the end of next year at this time, we'll be at like episode like 300 something, like 365. There's 360. Huh?
A week?
52. Oh, 52. Shit.
Oh,
that's
so we're not doing one every day.
That's if it's every day.
I know.
Damn, we're live on the air, aren't we? Like,
I was expecting like 56 if we start, this week 56. You said 300. I said,
wow, that's if it's every day. Sorry, guys. There's 52 weeks in a year. Freaking idiot, Braden.
Oh my god, it's fine.
Like that. I wish I can pull up that, because I just called myself an idiot. I wish I should just like download memes and have those like pop up like on the screen like from time to time. Like the Brooklyn Nine-Nine one is one of my favorites. He's like, ooh, self-burn. Those are rare. Like, like,
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
But, okay. You know what? It is what it is. So sorry. So there you go, guys. You guys are dealing with somebody who's awful at math, but loves horror. And then you guys are also dealing with somebody who hasn't said anything stupid yet, but also loves horror. So,
my time will come eventually.
I'm
my
sure.
time will come. I'll say something dumb.
Nobody's ever going to be perfect, right? So it's okay. But okay, speaking of which, let's get into the future of this show. So, Destiny, what do you want to do here on the show? What are we doing?
We are talking about horror and horror topics. Did you mean me go through each week or what?
I mean, not each week, but I
Okay.
mean, like, like I was just like saying, like, what else are we doing? We're not just talking, like, we're doing commentaries and reviews and
Commentaries.
all that stuff. So, okay, I'll take it. I got it here.
Thank you.
I'm gonna grab the wheel from you, and thank you. So what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be discussing is pretty much what we did tonight. We're going to open each show. We'll have a little bit of news if there's anything major that we'd like to discuss. Sometimes the opening is going to take, or sometimes the news, I should say, will take 2 minutes to get through. Sometimes it might take like 15 or something like that. It just really all depends on, what the topic is. I do know that for the next few weeks, we've got next week we have a review. We're doing the Chucky TV series review. I actually still have to watch the last 2 episodes of the Chucky TV series. I have not yet finished it. Destiny, I know you've got a couple more to catch up on.
4.
She has 4 more to catch up on.
Yeah.
And then we've got after that, I believe week 3 is the Halloween Kills extended cut that we're going to be going through. Destiny and I actually did a review on my channel for Halloween Kills along with Chad Sumner. We did that back. It was like right after the weekend Halloween Kills came out. We did a whole spoiler review.
Yeah.
I'm kind of really hoping, and I think Destiny's in the same boat. Hoping that the extended cut kind of shifts my thoughts on a few things regarding it. Not going to hold my breath, but I'm hoping it does. And then the week going into Christmas, we've got Scream Legacy, which is a fan film that's coming out. And if I'm putting that on your guys' radar, the guys over at Zen House are amazing individuals. They are the team behind Halloween Night, which is a great fan film. And highly recommend giving that a watch when it comes out. We'll be discussing and reviewing that. And we're also going to talk about some of our favorite holiday horror movies to watch around Christmas time. So I'm pretty excited about, this upcoming month where we've got a really strong start. We're hitting the ground running with the podcast. And then I think that's it for the year. Unless actually, I think there's one more week after that, right? I know we've only talked about 4. So right now, let's say the episode after the 4th one is TBD right now. Remember, we got to hit 1 each week. So if there is a next week before that new year, we got to try and figure out something, even if it's like a short 25-minute episode.
Hello.
What?
My birthday. My birthday's right there.
Which is
the
when?
31st.
Yours is December 31st?
Yeah, so it's like right there.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that week what we'll do is we'll do like a birthday celebratory stream, and it'll just be like a Q&A and everything like that. Why don't we just celebrate both of our birthdays? Because mine is on January 13th.
Yeah.
So,
right there. It'll be a birthday double.
Birthday double celebration. So, then we don't have to do that the week that Scream comes out. We can just strictly focus on Scream. We don't have to worry about Braden's birthday. So,
Deal.
Boom. I mean, that's a birthday present in and of itself. I never, ever get a good movie coming out the week of my birthday. So, I'm freaking amped that that Scream is coming for that week. So I'm hoping that also changes the game of January horror films, because yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what the future is. So you guys can look forward to reviews, discussions, commentaries on certain things. What else? I don't know, Q&As, birthday celebrations, whatever. Yeah. We're definitely also going to have a good amount of guests, on the channel as well. I actually do believe that next week, I think I have already talked to Chad. I think Chad is joining us for our Chucky review. I know he texted me last night and was like, yo, if you guys plan on discussing that, get me on the channel, yo. That's not how he sounds, but I think that's the furthest thing from Chad. But
yeah, I would probably say so.
Yeah, so next week we're talking Chucky. So that should hopefully be fresh in your head then, right? Because I'm probably gonna have to go back and take some notes from certain episodes of things. Yeah. I do know the Joe, he is in here. He said, I'm not trying to talk behind your back, Chad. I promise. Like,
Nope, saying it live on the internet.
I love that man so much. So, but what do you call it? Yeah, you guys can look forward to that next week. And now I think we're going into our closing. We're 55 minutes. Holy shit. It's already been 55 minutes. It feels like it's only been 25.
Oh my God. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it does. So,
Yeah.
Destiny, anything else you want to tell our viewers tonight for, being here and being a part of this?
Thank you to those who joined and here's me fucking up now. Thank you to those who've joined and anyone who's going to watch this in the future. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I hope people come back. People come back.
Honestly, guys, what she said, thank you guys so much for being here, for tuning in live. If you guys are listening to us on Spotify or on the Apple Podcasts, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. I hope you guys had fun today with today's episode. And also, please be sure to follow Fear Freaks on the socials. We've got Twitter. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner. We've got the social medias. We got Twitter at Fear Freaks Pod, Instagram at Fear Freaks Podcast, and Facebook. We've got a brand new group called the Fear Freaks Podcast, which did just hit over 450 members. So please go on and join. You guys will be able to stay up to speed with all of the Fear Freaks episodes. If we ever meet at a convention or anything like that, we can maybe do some fun stuff. So I'm sure that this is going to be a lot of fun for, futuristic stuff as well. So definitely follow us. Also follow us on personally on social media. Again, her Instagram is a bit more horror-esque than mine is. I just post basic stuff. So, but you guys can follow it if you guys want. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really enjoyed. Oh my God, there's what's that one's name? Elvira. Okay.
Yeah.
There's what, 2 of them?
2, yeah. Thorn's somewhere else. This is my pretty girl.
You say it's Thorn?
Thorn.
Oh, okay. Like Cult of Thorn?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know their names, but either way, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Be sure to check out Fear Freaks again on social media, and we will see you guys next week as we review Chucky on the Fear Freaks podcast. Next week, it'll be Thursday night again, and episodes will once again be out on Friday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and we will see you guys then. Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys.
Bye.